Guys, good morning. Good Monday morning. I'm still so exhausted. What I have figured out from our all girls camping trip is that I can't hang in 100-degree weather like that. Although everybody had campers with air conditioning, sitting outside all day in 97 feels like 102 temperatures kicks my ass. But it was fun nonetheless. It was fun. Nonetheless. So, good morning, Lisa54, IBL, Charlie Girl Says, Debbie Lou Who, Carlin Friends, Irish. Um, I know there's, hey, Captain of My Soul. I know there's other lives going on, so I don't expect this to be a big crowd. And I'm okay with that. I can't do the heat. Debbie, I have to be on the water. I have to be able to get wet. And we were nowhere near the lake. So I used to be a sun bum. I mean, I could lay out for hours and hours and nothing. I mean, but I'm getting older and I don't, number one, you don't want to see me in a bathing suit. So, uh, hey, flower lady. And that's another thing, even though I was with girls that I've known for 30 something years, I spent the whole weekend bound up in a hernia wrap. So I didn't walk around looking that bad, which now looking at the pictures, I still look that bad. So it doesn't matter. That's just a whole nother story. But I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube. You know, Number one, I was camping the last 2 weekends. I've been out of where I didn't really have a lot of signal. I did go live from the fire the other night. Hey, Ageless Beauty. Yeah, I'm a fall camper. If I camp, I want to camp in the fall. I like sweatshirts and sweats at night around a nice cozy fire. You don't need a fire when it's still 78 degrees at 11 o'clock at night, but you got to have a fire if you're camping. So there's that. Really, a heat stroke, and it does something to your body where it rejects the sun. I don't know. Like I said, when I moved to Florida, I thought, yeah, this is me, Florida. No, it wasn't. By the time I moved to Florida, my sunning days, I mean, I always have a good tan. I have a tan year round. I'm dark complected anyways. So, but, by this time, when I was younger, by this time of year, I was one of those girls that you would look at and say, "Oh, I don't even want to be that tanned." So, plus, I'm getting older. I need to protect my skin a little bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the fact that I have not been watching YouTube a lot. I haven't been watching Molly or Laura or pretty much anybody. Hey, Angela. Occasionally I'll check into a stream here or there, but you know, um, I've been watching, if I've watched anything, it's trials. And now I'm going to start digging into oat trials because there's nothing really going on. Hey, Ganja. Um, but I made this live stream because of Miss Trimley. Because Miss Trimley seems to be up in my emails trying to use my son and his addiction as her soapbox. Okay? And she says she would do it publicly, but she doesn't have a platform. And I told her, I'm sure Makeup Mobster will give you a platform. And of course, she took it as a dig. And maybe it was a little dig. I don't know. I don't know, Miss Trimley, why you're coming at me using my son and his addiction as your soapbox. If you've got something to say about the way Molly's talking about the family of Cash Gernon, then go say it. I haven't been watching. Hey, Ben. But I want to read you the emails that I've been getting from, and I lost it this morning. Okay. I finally lost it this morning. But since she said she would do it publicly, I don't see any reason. They're my emails. I'll read them. This is what it started with. On June 12th, Saturday. Now, keep in mind, I'm out in the wilderness, burning up, sweating my ass off. Uh, and this is what I get. I'm emailing you instead of putting this out publicly, so hopefully you can try to make me understand what you actually believe in. Why haven't you said anything or made a video to Molly and how she's tearing apart drug addiction, calling them losers with such hatred behind her words? If this had been anyone else, you would have. That's why I feel like you use it as a weapon when it suits you. Okay, obviously, I want to be wrong, but it seems to you only are offended when certain people say it. Okay, let's stop right there, Miss Tremley. Okay, first of all, I don't have to use it as a weapon because I live it on a daily basis. Okay, I've lived it on a daily basis for, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not paying attention to chat, but I've lived it on a daily basis for almost 18 years. Okay, so I think I've made it clear where I stand when it comes to addiction. No, I do not like the word junkie, and I've made that clear. If Molly has used that word, then Molly, please stop. Find another word to use, okay? Referring to people who Hayden and EC, Bailey Vex, Samara. Exactly. Take it up with Molly. But this is somebody who's trying to manipulate me into doing a video about something I'm not even watching. I haven't watched Molly in days and days and days. So let's carry on. This is my first email from her to start this off. So she says, I'm only offended when certain people say it. Not true. But MGL has gone way, way beyond, and people in her chat who are struggling can take it very personally and give up on themselves. Okay, I am dealing with my addict. Okay, if somebody is in Molly's chat and she is triggering them with their words, then it is their responsibility to leave that chat. I will not be held accountable for anybody else's addiction. I have held myself accountable for way too many years for my sons, to the point I'm in therapy to try to get it through my head that it's not my fault. I don't know why Angela was hidden. Was it an accident? I'm not even watching chat, Debbie. I don't even know if I have any wrenches in here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It might have been an accident. See, I would say this to her face to face. Oh, wait a minute. Do you think your son is a POS like she is saying about this family? Do you think your son is a POS like she's saying about this family? No, Miss Trimley, I don't think my son is a PMS. I mean, a PMS. You would think I'm PMSing, wouldn't you? Not happening. I don't think my son is a piece of shit. No, I sure don't. But you know what? A child didn't die in his care, because had a child died in his care and he was under the influence of drugs, I would probably think he was a piece of shit. I'd still love him, but I'd probably think he was a piece of shit, Miss Trimley. See, I would say this to her face too, but when she's a coward and has me blocked, when you block people, they're going to talk about you everywhere else. That's something every creator should know by now, but they don't. Thank you for schooling me on that, Miss Trimley. New people right now believe she's a good person with a good heart, which we all know isn't true. Okay, that's your opinion, Miss Trimley. Thank you. Uh, I'll withhold my opinion on that. Uh, But some people feel they benefit more to go along with it. They value her opinion, unfortunately. And that's my problem. How? How is that my problem that people value Molly Golightly's opinion? As if I don't have enough going on in my life, Miss Trimley. You want to make this my problem. I don't know how this doesn't affect you to your core. I wish I had a platform. You do. Makeup mobsters. She would gladly give you a platform. I wish I had a platform. I would use it to make sure everyone knew she was wrong, like you would have if it had been anyone else. Let me tell you something, Miss Trimley. I've had no problem calling out Molly Golightly when I see shit that she does that I don't agree with. I got timed out when I told her to quit calling people inbreds and science girls. I had a problem with what she did to PMM, and I spoke up about it. Now, this is the first email I get, okay, as she's using my son as her soapbox to stand on. Like, again, she has no idea what's going on in my life. Like you would have done had it been anyone else. Or are you going to go with Laura on this? Okay, now let's drag Laura into it because, you know, MGL has the right to do true crime the way she wants to. I guess Laura said that. I don't know. Didn't hear Laura say it. Uh, I don't know. I guess that was a statement Laura said. I didn't hear it. Even if she's only tearing people down and pushing them to the edge. Oh, thank you, Bailey Vex. Welcome. Oh, so where is your where is your soapbox of people being pushed to the edge, Miss Trimley? Why are you not standing up on a soapbox and talking about people being pushed to the edge? Because there's a whole lot more pushing to edges out there than what we're talking about right now. Have you ever asked yourself, oh, gosh, this is starting to really piss me off more than I thought. Have you ever asked yourself how your son would feel listening to someone talking like this? No, I haven't because my son's not on YouTube. And trust me when I say, my son has been called every name under the sun when it comes to his addiction. So, no, I haven't thought about it because I don't care about me. I care about how others are taking it. Okay. So far she wants me to drag MGL and Laura. Okay. She's been jamming it down the throats of people for 2 weeks with a smile. It makes me effing sick. Just wondering if you feel the same way. Wow. Does she where's her outrage when but she apologized. I forgot now. If you do something really ugly around here, all you gotta do is apologize. All is well. But let's not forget that makeup mobster told Amanda Lynn to go shove a needle in her arm. Okay? Let's not forget that, Miss Trimley. But you didn't mention that in all of your emails that you sent me. MM has already brought awareness to what she's doing, like a lot of successful crime channels have lately. I didn't realize MM was a crime channel. I didn't realize Makeup Mobster was a crime channel. I don't remember her ever covering a crime. I remember her covering her family, her series about her family. I remember how she felt about Shanann Watts, but I don't ever remember MM covering crime, Miss Trimley. So you've kind of got me lost on that one. And if MM has already brought awareness to what she's doing, and so has many other successful crime channels, why are you coming to me? I came to you specifically because of how strongly you say you feel about drug addiction. Okay, now you're pushing my buttons, Trimley. Now you're pushing my buttons. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to ignore you, but I can't read and rage at the same time. I mean, I can't read these emails and rage and whatever. But now you're pushing my buttons. Quit using my son. I have walked the shoes of a mother of an addict, and I'm talking every drug under the sun. This, and yes, he is my kid, so I will call him a kid, even though he's almost 35 years old. And I have been there for every detox, for every jail stay, for any time. I've been there. I have my own addict to worry about. I came to you specifically, blah, blah, blah. At least you responded. I can respect that, even though you missed the entire point. Okay, I don't even know. Oh, I said, I basically just told her that I was clueless about what she was talking about because I wasn't watching. I was actually trying to live my life just a little bit. I said, you asked me to speak on something I know nothing about. If your moral compass has been disrupted, then by all means, speak about it. That's what I said in return to her. What's your moral compass? Gossiping about women half your age, expecting them to act better than you do, setting a poor example no matter who you're pissed off at that day. You're the one that uses drug addiction. Maybe you shouldn't act like you give a shit about it. Okay, Trimley, I dare you to come over here and take a freaking link because now I'm really freaking pissed. Don't email me this bullshit that you give a damn about drug addiction. You couldn't walk in my shoes for one fucking day when it comes to drug addiction. Not one day. Maybe you shouldn't act like you give a shit about it when no one about it and no one would wonder why this isn't affecting you. You know what? Because I've got other things affecting me right now, Miss Trimley. I've got things going on in my real life. You don't even know why you're so angry at me. I wasn't angry at you until you started sending me these damn emails. I don't give a shit where you go or who you support. You can't even keep up with your own morals or the excuses you make for backing out on each one every other month. If I was you, I wouldn't be so worried about anyone else's moral compass when you don't really stand for anything yourself. See ya, truth, wouldn't want to be ya. A peace sign. Oh, good. I got one at 11:04 a.m. I mean, yeah, I just got one a few minutes ago. Why don't you come over, Trimley, since you're watching me? Since you're so curious about why I'm not saying certain things on YouTube to certain people, and I'll explain it to you. Oh, well, according to her, Makeup Mobster has the morals of the Pope. And that's fine. I don't care. But don't come at me about shit I don't even know about it. Good morning, Monkey's mama. And quit using my son as your tool. Hey, Ems. Okay? I'll deal with my son the best way that I can. If you got a problem about what MGL is saying about those people that were responsible for watching over a 4-year-old's life, if you got a problem with that, then take it to her. And she says, well, you do everything publicly. Well, what did you want me to do, Trembling? You want me to sit and have email battles with you over something that I could give two shits about? If someone's on their panel and they use the word junkie, I leave. I leave. That's what I do. I change the channel. Hey, Denise. But I haven't even been watching Marissa. I haven't watched Laura. I haven't watched anybody. I haven't even been watching these streams that really do push people to the edge. Because my son, if you was to call him a junkie, he would probably laugh in your face. But see, nobody emails me and says, how you doing? They just want to know why I'm not going off on somebody. Yeah, Trimley sure does know a lot for someone. Yes. And the more she talked about my son and the more she used my son as an example, the more pissed off I freaking got. Trimley, you're obviously watching. Come over here. Tell me what you want me to do. Molly, if you're using the word junkie, please, if you're listening, which I know she's not, please stop it. I went live about this a long time ago when people were just throwing addiction and needles and stuff like that around. I went live about it. Did it change anything? No. No, it sure didn't. Now, Trimley, if you want to know why I've not been focused on YouTube, it's because I've got a lot going on in my real life right now. Not only have I not talked to my son in 3 or 4 days, which sets me over the edge, but I have to go get my scans done tomorrow for my yearly cancer check. And yes, they freaking send me up the roof. I worry about them all year. Believe it or not, all year they're in the back of my mind that they're going to be coming up. She's trying to use my son and his addiction to attack MGL. It's not going to work. No, Randa, really, some people don't. Some do, but some don't, obviously. I hate the word junkie ganja. I hate it. I hate it because I don't believe people are junk. Thank you, Monkey's mama. I've never believed people are junk. Good luck to him, Ems. It is an unsettling feeling. It's very unsettling. And that's what I've got going on tomorrow. Needless to say, I've been trying to stay out of the drama on here by watching trials and just talking to people behind the scenes about trials and stuff like that. And if I need an update on the drama, I just go into a Discord and say, can somebody do a voice call and catch me up? But I don't need my son's addiction thrown in my face as to why I'm not going at MGL when I'm not even watching her. Yes, I was interested in the Cash Gurning case. I want that baby to get justice. And now he's been laid to rest. Thank you, Ganja, because nurses shouldn't be calling anybody that. Nobody is junk. Yeah, everybody pray for M's husband that he gets good news today because he's also going for his scans. So M's totally understands scanxiety. So I've kind of been staying off of YouTube because my mindset has not been where it needs to be. And no, I'm not e-begging. And no, I'm not asking for anybody to give me anything. So shut that down right now. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Pearls of Wisdom. But how would you all feel if you woke up and these were your emails? Well, why aren't you going at so and so for talking about addiction? Good, M's. Good. Please update us and let us know. Stress is real in the health issues. And I have no doubt that stress, and I know I could be completely wrong, but in my mind of mine, stress freaking contributed to my cancer. I have no doubt in my mind that stress contributed to my cancer. Oh, good, Pearls. Pearls had her scans last week. Came out great. So, wow, June must be the month of scans. Yeah, but I'm not stressing over her. She's listening because she just sent me an email. So, there you go, Miss Trimley. I told Molly if she's using the words junkie and all of that to please stop. Now, do you feel better? Because I haven't been listening to it. And no matter what I say, people are going to continue to do what they do on here. But while you're sending me emails preaching at me, look around at the people that you're supporting and the people that are in that chat. So before you throw a stone at my house, look at all the glass windows around you. Why didn't she email Molly? I don't know, Randa. I don't know. Because it felt like to me that she just kept throwing my son up and my son up and my son. Why wouldn't you do this? How would your son feel? You know, lady, you don't have any idea. You don't have any idea. So I'm probably not the best one to come at like this, Tremling. Now, this may give material for today, and don't care. I don't care. People, I'm to the point anymore. I don't care what people say about me on here. I know who I am. I know what's in my heart. I know what I believe in, and I can't change the world. But while we're talking about changing the world, I didn't go live because I was camping. But 3 days ago, I believe it was 3 days ago, marked the anniversary of the shooting in Orlando at the gay club, Pride. Wasn't it Pride? The name of the club? Either way, let's remember those innocent victims that were shot down for no other reason as to who they choose to love. Pulse. Pulse was the name of the club. And innocent victims shot down because of nothing more than who they choose to love. So everybody hey, Miss OMG, everybody take a minute to remember those individuals, okay? Because that's real life. That happened in real life. My son's addiction is real life. Ooh, cool, Val. It's too hot right now. I probably won't be going back unless we take the boat out or something because I can't just sit out in the heat. I mean, we had air conditioning, but who wants to sit in a camper, and be unsociable while everybody else is sitting out in the 100-degree heat? But I just can't do it anymore. I grew up in the woods. My family was always camping. We were like I've said before, like a band of gypsies. No offense to gypsies. I love gypsies. Gypsies are okay in my book, but just, I had to get this off my chest. Tremley, whatever your motive is, whatever it is you're trying to do, stop it because I am not in the mood. If you need a panel to get up and cuss MGL on, like I told you, I'm sure Makeup Mobster will give you her panel. Yeah, we are too, Ganja, and I don't like it. Hey, Kelly the Advocate. Nice to see you. Everybody, I've made my stance on addiction very clear. And again, right now, I'm dealing with my own addict. Okay. He has to come first in my life. So, as much as I wish everybody out there that's struggling peace and serenity and that they're able to continue on with the good fight. And I mean everybody, whether I like you or not as a person. If you are struggling, oh, it's a filter, Kelly. Major filter. But thank you. But if you are struggling with addiction, with recovery, then I wish you nothing but peace and serenity, and that your road to recovery continues to carry you throughout your life. That's the only wish I have for any addict out there. That's where I'm trying to get my son. But I am only responsible, and I'm working with the therapist to get past the fact that I'm not even responsible for my son's addiction. But I can only right now give up enough of me to focus on my son and my health. So if you need someone to attack MDL, then you're going to have to go to someone else, Tremley. It doesn't change my stance on addiction. I hate it. Thank you, Debbie. I have fat cheeks, Kelly. But I hate addiction. If I could totally wipe it out of everyone's life, if I had one wish, it would be that addiction was a thing of the past. I just lost my nephew Not 5 weeks. Has it even been 5 weeks? Because it still doesn't feel real to me that he's gone. He was 33 years old, and it still doesn't feel real to me that my nephew lost his life due to addiction. So I'm sure, Miss Trimley, you can see where my importance in life is right now. And it's not with what Molly Golightly is saying, or what Laura is saying, or what uh, Steph, or Hello Starlight, or Serendipity, or Wendy, or any other creator on this platform. That's not high priority on my list right now. Okay, so stop it, Trimley. Just like you said, see you the truth, wouldn't want to be you. You're right, Miss Trimley. You wouldn't want to be me. You're so right. You wouldn't want to be me. And I wouldn't wish what I have gone through with my son. Thank you, Kelly. Welcome. I wouldn't want to wish what I've gone through with my son on anyone else ever. What my brother is going through that I haven't seen since the funeral, but I picked up the phone yesterday. Even though I'm not feeling so great, I picked up the phone yesterday and I invited him down to dinner, and he actually came. And we sat and we cried together because he lost his only son to this shit. So please don't tell me where I stand, Trimley. We sat, we cried, we had dinner, we laughed, we cried again. I don't know how to comfort him. I don't know how to comfort him because he's living my worst fear. But I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to comfort him. So forgive me, Miss Trimley, that I haven't taken on Molly Golightly and anybody else, Laura, and anybody else that you have a problem with. Because I kind of got things going over here. And I swore I wasn't going to cry. But watching my brother sit on that porch swing, so lost that he doesn't know he's in a total fog because he lost his only child to addiction. Please don't come at me about addiction, Trembling. Exactly, Lisa 54. The loss of my nephew it doesn't even feel real to me yet. But here I am, holding my brother, trying to comfort him while he's living my worst fear. Any parent's worst fear, but most certainly the parent of an addict. It is devastating to lose a child, and by the grace of God, I don't know that. But my brother is dealing with it. So I'm trying to help him deal with it. In the meantime, I'm dealing with my addict and my health. Exactly, Lynn Love and Light. So, Tremley, I'm begging you, if you've got a problem with MGL, then stand up and say what you got to say about her. But I haven't been watching her. Molly, if you're using the word junkie, please stop it. People aren't junk. People do bad things. People suffer from mental illness or whatever. But I can promise you, if a child died in my son's care while he was actively using, He'd get called a lot of names. I hate that word too, Kelly. Because I personally don't believe people are junk because they have a problem with addiction. I know for a fact they're not. I know for a fact that my nephew was not junk. I know his heart. I watched the day, I've known him since the day I watched him be born. I've watched him grow from the day he was born until the day his life ended at 33 years old due to addiction. Thank you, sweet. I've buried my son 1,000 times in my head because I just knew I was going to get that call. So far, God has been good to me when it comes to keeping my son safe. And I do hand that over to God. He is the grace. Sure, Republican Ash. I'm an open book over here. Thank you, Kelly. Check my DM now. Hold on, Republican Ash. You know, I came on here being a right fighter, and I'll still try to fight for what's right. But sometimes my life takes priority over the bullshit that goes on here. Sometimes I have to take a step back and do me and do my life. And trust me, it's not a bowl of cherries, it's not a bouquet of roses. But so many people out there is not. I don't go after people's addiction. And like I said the other day, I can only be responsible for what I'm sorry, Kelly, for what I say. It's taken me a long time. It doesn't mean that I still won't call shit out because I will. But please get off my ass, Miss Trimley. I don't know, Lynn, love, and light. Because, like I said, I'm dealing with my own addict. I can't deal with what I did. I did, Ash. Oh, Kelly, thank you for his service. But, you know, it comes a time when people have to take responsibility for what comes out of their own mouth. And from what I can see, Makeup Mobster goes live about every day or so, every other day. And she has no problem saying what she thinks about MGL. So, Miss Trimley, feel free to get on her panel and speak what you got to speak. And I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but I can't take that on right now. Never once did you email me and say, "Hey, how are you doing? Why haven't you?" Because I would have told you what I was going through. But you come right out of the bat wanting to know why I haven't approached MGL about addiction. I don't know. I don't know. Is that really you, Ash? Don't porn me.
I'm gonna porn you with a big dick.
Henri.
Hi, Kat. I came here to support you. Listen, I want to tell you something. You're a good mom. I'm very proud, and I know your son's a good person. Don't worry about what people says about him or judging you, okay?
Well, and I got to be honest, she didn't speak poorly of my son, and she didn't
That's
say
good.
anything poorly about me as a mother. But
That's
she's
good.
using my son as a tool to get me to go live, to go after Marissa over whatever Marissa's talking about over there, because I'm not listening.
Okay. No, I didn't say anything about Tremlia. I'm just saying I just want
Thank
you to
you,
know
Republican Ash,
about what?
about saying that my son is a good person and that I'm a good
He
mother.
is. I spoken with her son, and he's a good person. She even told me he's very respectful towards her. Yeah, he's very respectful. He's a good kid. Yeah, he made a mistake, but he's getting fixed. He's getting help, and he's a good person. And Tracy's a good mom. I just don't. I don't know why people have to use him against Tracy.
Well, and like I said, Ash, I don't want to put any false rumor or false narratives out there. She's not really using him against me. She's just like pushing my buttons. Why aren't you going live about what MGL is saying if you're such an advocate for addiction? That's what she's trying to say. But what she doesn't understand is I've got so much going on in my real life.
Mhm.
Marissa's not going to listen to me, anyways. Who does Marissa listen to? Nobody.
She's mad at you?
No, but Molly is Molly. You get what you get.
Okay, but okay, so Tremblay's mad at you because of Marissa?
Yes,
Okay, but you don't have control for Marissa.
exactly. But Trimley thinks I should go live and reprimand Marissa. Hang on, I'm
Okay,
gonna let Big Dog out. I think he needs out. Hang on, Ash. I'll be right back.
I'll take over.
Okay, take
Hi.
over.
Okay. Hi,
Come on,
chat. How are
Sam.
you? Oh,
Oh,
you guys. Yeah,
come on,
she's not responsible what Marissa
come on, buddy.
says. I mean, we all don't always agree what Marissa says, and Marissa sure doesn't agree with everything she that we say. And that's okay. But I just came up here to support Tracy, to motivate her that she's a good mom, and her son's he's a good kid.
I don't understand. You got Marissa covering crime. Okay, some people don't like the way she's doing it. Don't watch. Don't watch. You got Tiffany Marie covering crime. Some people don't like the way she's doing it. Don't watch. There's crime people out there that I don't watch because I don't like the way they do it. I know, Pepper. Tremley's just trying to rope you into going after MGL so it looks like everyone is against her. I'm totally aware of that.
Yeah, did I?
Thank you, Emma. I miss OMG. She just sent me a message.
Yeah,
But
I don't know
I'm going
why.
through a lot right now, Ash, and I can't, if you're looking for a pit bull, Miss Trimley, then I can't be that pit bull right now, okay? I've got things going on in my own life. I can't be that pit bull.
Oh,
So,
you're in my prayers.
I know it, and I appreciate it, Republican Ash.
And I always call you to see how you're doing. I check up on you. I always
You
ask about
do.
your son, everything. I always, I always ask about him. How is he doing and stuff? Is he doing okay? Is he making the right choices? I always check up on you and your son. Always. I even ask about your dog. Like, how's Lolly? How's she feeling? You know?
Yeah.
Hi, chat. Big hugs. I wish I could hug all of you guys, but you guys live far. Group hug.
Thank you, Republican
You're
Ash.
welcome. Group hug. All everybody. Tracy,
Thank you,
everything's gonna be
Kelly.
fine. I promise. It just work it out with Tremley, okay? Maybe she was in a bad mood and I don't know. Just I just hope you guys work it out. Life is too short for real, you guys.
I'm not going to fight with her. I've
Yeah,
said
don't.
what
It's
I've
not
had
worth
to
it.
say, and now I'm done. If you want to address MGL, then do it, Miss Trimley. Feel free. YouTube is a big old world. It's, it's, hey, Marie, I hope
Hi,
things are
Marie.
going better for you. I just, coming at me and coming at me and coming at me over my, well, how would your son feel? Don't use my son for your soapbox, Trimley. Don't do it. Get your own soapbox to stand on.
I'll tell you what he'll think because Tracy has told me he will be like he doesn't like conflict. He doesn't like drama. He doesn't he nothing. He would just say, "Oh, this is just YouTube stuff. I'm not interested." That's
Oh, he
what
thinks
he'll.
I'm crazy when it comes to YouTube. My
Yeah,
whole
he's not
family
interested in
thinks
this.
I'm crazy when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah, they're
You
not
know,
interested.
no, trust me, my son, uh, clean and sober or using, would not sit here on YouTube and do this.
Tracy, you know what I like about your son? Even when he's having the moment, you know what I mean. I don't want to say it because I'm trying to be respectful. He's
It's
still
okay, Ash.
he's
He is an
okay,
addict. You can use that
okay,
word.
okay. Even when he's on drugs, he still respects you. That's how good of a kid he is. You know?
Yeah. Never ever does my son walk out of the room, whether blasted out of his mind on something or clean and sober. Never does he walk away from me without saying, I love you. Never do we hang up the phone without saying, I love you.
Yep.
Because you never know when your last words are going to be with somebody,
Yeah.
especially an addict.
I've spoken with her son. He's really nice.
Val, I remember that too. She actually called me and she's going through some things with her son. So as soon as I get off this live, I'm going to call her because she's like a sister to me and I want to be there for her. I try to be there for everybody. I really do. I do my best to be there for everybody.
Yeah.
But she just kept firing emails about my son, and not talking badly about my son. She did not do that. She did not
Yeah,
use
that's
my
good.
parenting. She did not use my parenting to get to me. She did not do that. I want to make that clear.
Yeah. Maybe she didn't mean it like to hurt you. Maybe she was just using an example, but it was not a good time and it was like a disrespectful way. Do you think that's what maybe she was just using him example, which she shouldn't? What do you think?
Well, I think with my first reply to her, as I'm clueless to what you're talking about, should have been enough to let her know that I'm truly clueless to what she was talking about.
Hmm.
But it wasn't. It kept going. She says, yeah, you are clueless. Bitch, I'm telling you right now, Trembling, don't come at me about addiction. Okay.
Yeah, keep Tracy's son out of your mouth, please. Just don't even use him as an example. Don't. It's offensive. Use someone else as an example.
I don't know, Melanie. Exactly. If you don't take care of yourself first, you can't do for other people. I've got a lot on my plate right now, and it's not just me, it's other people that I'm trying to help. My
And she is
niece's
going through a lot.
my niece's
Tracy tells
best
me.
friend just hung herself yesterday.
What?
A girl that I was just at a get together with 2 weeks ago, a young girl who seemed perfectly happy, perfectly content with her husband and her toddler baby, and she just hung herself
This morning?
yesterday.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Tracy.
So I'm dealing with that. this is a young lady that I just sat with 2 weeks ago. And in my opinion, on the outside, appeared to be very well put together and very happy. Well, it turns out she wasn't.
Depression.
And I
Yeah.
had no idea. Nobody did. No way to reach out and help this young lady.
Yeah.
Because I can promise you, if she would have reached out, I would have been there. If she needed to get away from the baby for a little bit and needed a babysitter or whatever was on her mind, my niece would have been there for her. My niece's husband would have been there for her.
I'm so
But
sorry.
you don't know what's going on in people's minds. This girl was, I mean, we drank together. We smoked a joint together. Well, I don't think it was a joint. I think it was a
Was this,
blunt.
is this a friend of the family's, or I'm sorry, I missed that part.
She
Was it
was a really good friend of my niece's, but I've met her several
oh, okay.
times.
Okay.
And just for this to just come out of the blue, does that not tell people about mental illness in this country?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I had no idea. When I went on Facebook and I saw what people were saying, I called my niece. I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on with?" I'll just call her Kay. What's going on with Kay? I do believe it was Denise. I do believe it was. I believe that played a role. But 2 weeks ago, I just sat with her. I think it was a blunt. I know it was. It was wrapped in cigar paper or wraps, not not a rolling paper. But
Tracy, your niece
obviously,
is,
this young lady felt so depressed that she didn't have anybody to reach out to. Maybe she was feeling like a horrible mother. I, she wasn't. I've watched her interact with her baby,
mhm.
but nobody knows what's going on the inside of someone. I was floored. I was absolutely floored to log on to Facebook and to see this.
I Tracy, I just want to let you know that your niece and the girls' families in my prayers, and I'm so sorry they're lost.
Thank you, Ash.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Can I?
Because this
Is there
world,
anything I
yes,
can do for
Bailey,
them? Like,
this
well,
world is
I'll
full
text
of
you.
broken people.
Yeah, I'll text you and we'll talk.
Okay.
Um, yeah, depression's not a joke. Yeah,
No,
I
it's not. I take medicine
unfortunately
for
I was
depression.
born with it too, so uh, it's hard. You gotta keep your mind busy. If you don't take care of it, it's going to win. You've got to
Yeah,
keep
I'm so
busy.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about your nephew.
But it
I'm
just
sorry.
comes out of it's it's one of those things that you never get closure to because you spend the rest of your life. Thank you,
You're
Randa. You spend the rest of your life asking why. You don't ask why when it comes to cancer or, you know, you get closure to other kinds of deaths. Yes, they're hard. But when someone takes their own life, you spend the rest of your life wanting to know why. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I don't know if I did before, but my nephew didn't die of just an overdose. He did it. He took his own life. He left a note. And you know what was said in his note?
yeah. I mean, what? Sorry.
In his note was, nobody ever wants to see the good in me. They only want to see the bad. The bad meaning his addiction. The bad meaning the times he's been in jail. The bad means the times he's gone to prison. That's what he felt people focused on. I didn't. I didn't focus on his mistakes. And I was never going to put it out there that he did it intentionally. There is help. And if I have a mod in the chat, could you please drop the number to the suicide hotline?
Mhm.
Because there's people out there. And I wish my nephew would have picked up the phone and called me. I wish my nephew would have picked up the phone and called anybody. I wish Kay would have picked up the phone and called somebody, reach out to somebody. But you know what? This world's getting so freaking ugly nowadays.
Yeah.
People don't even know who to reach out to.
Oh my God, stop cruelty. Are you serious? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, hon.
I missed it.
Her son's girlfriend hung herself just recently, like last week.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, Kelly, for dropping that number.
Please, if any of you are going through like really deep depression, please call that number. Please.
And if you don't want to talk to a stranger, call me.
Yeah.
I can take it. I've got big shoulders. Thank you, Blue. But I don't have big enough shoulders to take on Molly Golightly and Laura and everybody else that people have a problem with. Help is available. Thank you, Pepper. If there's somebody on this platform that's triggering you, then by all means, walk away. I agree, Lynn Lovelight. And my therapist told me months and months and months ago that this pandemic will bring on so much manifestos from being locked down, from people losing everything they have, for people that had been sober and went back to using or drinking because of the pandemic, because they couldn't put food on their table or whatever. There's a lot of things going on right now. But I do want people to know here on YouTube, and I don't care who you are, if you need a friend, you got a friend. We may not be friends tomorrow, but if you need someone to talk to, I'm so sorry, Stop Animal Cruelty. But if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Everybody knows my email. Drop me your phone number, call me, block, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I agree, Mama Cat. It's not always about dying. Sometimes it's about not wanting to live. I agree. My brother believes that people that take their lives go to hell. Do you know how hard it is for me right now to convince my brother that his son is not in hell? That's how I spent my day yesterday.
No, he's not in hell. No, nope, nope, he's not.
I
No.
don't have a vengeful God.
Tracy, let me tell you something. I want you to listen carefully. I have a really good relationship with God, and He does give me signs. I'm going to ask God a question, and I'm going to let you know. I'm going to text you, okay? He's not in hell.
I know he's not. I know
Right.
he's walking hand in hand with God. And I know
Yes.
my mother was there waiting on him, and my father was there waiting on him because guess what? They adored that child. They just left the earth before he did. But that's how I spent my day yesterday, Miss Trimley. So excuse me if I'm not speaking up against somebody that you feel I should be. Okay. I'm a little busy right now.
Hold on. Let me
Yes,
mute real
it was
quick.
a joyous reunion. I totally agree, Angela, because that's the only thing that can get me through my day. Hey, mac and cheese. So while my brother sat on the couch swearing he feels in his heart his son went to hell, he did not. And I've got to convince my brother of this because my brother cannot continue to live thinking that his son is in hell
Tracy, look in the
because
private chat in a minute.
he's under this impression that if you take your life, you go to hell. No, God was there. You can question me if you want, but God was there with him that night when that happened. Yeah, it does mess up your head, Blue.
Tracy, look in the private chat. Sorry, guys. I have to do in the private chat because then it will be doxing. Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Just respecting Tracy's privacy.
His name was Ian Bryce.
Oh,
You mean
okay,
my
so you don't
nephew?
mind. Yeah, so you don't mind saying his name in public.
No, his name was Ian Bryce.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's I want to be respectful. That's why I said it private.
of course, we had our nicknames for him, just like we do all the kids.
Embrace. Embrace, right? Embrace? Bryce? Sorry.
Ian,
M?
IAN,
Okay.
Ian Bryce. I chose to call him Bryce. That was, he's got two babies.
Oh.
Uh, that my son's trying to hang on to a relationship. Not my son. My brother's trying to hang on to a relationship with his grandbabies.
Can the chat throw hearts for Tracy's brother and his son, please? Let's show some love for these people, please. And hearts for Tracy. Tracy, we're here for you,
No,
okay?
I appreciate that, Republican Nash, but I don't need hearts. What I needed to do was to explain to Miss Trimley that I'm not on YouTube 24/7 and I can't correct people that I don't listen to. I can't stand up against everybody on YouTube that does something disgusting, or that would be my life. So if she has a problem, then take care of it. Don't come to me. And I'm not saying that people that need somebody to talk to don't come to me. But please don't come to me and use my son and his addiction as your soapbox for me to address another YouTuber.
Do you have Tremley blocked?
No.
Okay. Like, I wish she could take a link so you guys can talk, but
Well, I've said what I had to say. I really, really do. I am so adamant when I say, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, for everybody out there struggling, whether it be from addiction or not, there's help. I'm sorry, Zam. There's help for everybody out there. Please don't dig yourself in such a dark hole that you feel like, because I've been there. I've been in that dark hole. But see, I couldn't do anything about it because I had something to live for, and that was my son. I agree, True Helper. It is a permanent solution to a temporary problem because there's nothing my nephew could have been going through that together we couldn't have gotten through together as a family. There's nothing Kay could have been going through that we couldn't have gotten through together as friends.
I hear love.
Republican Ash, I appreciate you coming up here. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to take Miss Trimley's name out of my title.
Yeah, just remove it to look because I don't honestly, Tracy's not worth it, you know?
I'm okay. I'm gonna I got some things to do around the house. I still haven't unpacked from camping. All I wanted to do yesterday was come in, take a warm shower, curl up with my puppy that I didn't have all weekend. Um, I appreciate everybody coming in. I appreciate the
No
support.
problem.
Please, please, please know that if you're in recovery, I personally wish you nothing but success and serenity. That's all I've got is my prayers and wishing you success and serenity. If you have relapsed, that's okay. Get back on it. Get back on it.
All right, Tracy, I'll let you go and bye, chat. Big hugs to you, chat. Wasn't ignoring you guys, but I see you guys, chat. Big hugs, and Tracy,
Thank you,
text.
Republican
I'll
Ash.
text you. Okay, I'm here for you. Okay,
I know you are. Thank you.
you're welcome. Bye,
So
guys.
let's try to be a bit kinder. I know it doesn't bring in the super chats. I know it doesn't bring in the crowds, but let's try to be just a bit kinder because it seems as if every single day of my life lately, I'm seeing something that I feel like I could have prevented, whether I could have or not. One day at a time, 1 minute if you have to. Exactly, Lynn, love, and light. So if you need me, I'm there. Unless you need me to go after another YouTuber. And right now, I just don't have it in me. Okay. So if you need me to talk to, if you need me, I don't have a lot financially, but if you're hungry and you need, something to eat, um, whatever. But please don't come into my emails asking me to go after. Thank you, Domino, another YouTuber, because right now I just don't have it in me. I'm freaking exhausted right now. So I go for my scans tomorrow. I probably will know the blood work immediately. The actual PET scan, I probably won't know about. I don't know. I know how it goes, but sometimes they have somebody to read it, and sometimes there's nobody there to read it. Oh, she's not going to get me down. Trust me. Of everything I've got going on in my life right now, Trimley is the least of my worries. But True Helper, it was good to see you. Kelly, it was good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Oh, no rest for the weary, Sky. I appreciate the good luck, the good vibes for the scans. Um, Anybody going through scanxiety right now? I feel you. I feel you. For those of you that's gotten back to good scans, keep on fighting the good fight. Ems, good luck to your husband today. Please let us know how his scans turned out. And I will see you guys around the tubes. Much love, guys. Much love.